Hey, 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 what's going on, guys? Hey, repeat back, and tonight it's going to be the NNR Xfinity guys right back here from Daytona. If you like what you saw the other night in the truck series, you're going to love what you see tonight. Got between 20 and 25 cars that'll be on track. We're going to set these guys off here. Got a little bit. We got still got the Xfinity opening. Then we got our national anthems covered by our buddies over at Madison Rising. But man, their connection test is done. The qualifying is going to take place here in just a minute. We're gonna have a good old time under the Daytona lights tonight. I should be expecting a guest here in just a little bit. Not quite sure if it's going to be Stout Whiskey or Rowdy or who, but I'm sure we'll find out here in just a little bit. But y'all know about that opening that the one and only Mountain made for us for the Xfinity guys. Let's go ahead and check that out. Here we go. On the pole, it's going to be brand new qualifying. I tell you what, if we were to run the All-Star race, I'm sorry, the Unloved things, you really got caught up in all that much. But man, thanks for joining me in the booth tonight, buddy. More down from the truck series in here. He's going to be looking to try to steal a win. This time it is with the Xfinity cars. As you can see, just like it, she's got a soft spot in her heart for Cowboy Matt. Well, let's say Cowboy Matt doesn't win tonight, and let's say she picks.
For the most part, but it was very fun.
Yep, one right there at your home track, Bristol. That was your crew here. Yes, you got 21 of Sledgehammer. You got the 61 of Mountaineers, and our Cole 315 Cowboy Matt in his 19 IROC throwback.
Yep. Sledge for the lead, 15 pushed up a little bit there, probably running a lower preset, as you would imagine. That's the kind of the versatility you get in this preset.
Used to be all over the streams, him and Master Killer. Speaking of Master Killer, he's actually in the race tonight, and I will have a little bit of help as far as laps, some issues that may occur on track.
We're really going to hope that we can make it all the way on tire.
One Groove Racetrack. You got to try to figure out the Finesse. Welcome to the chat, sir. Good to see you. Looks like Finesse is rooting on Boehner, trying to go for 3-0, 3 in a row, with Mountain and Fat was Dick. Right now, looking so far so good. A whole lot of give, a whole lot of take, but they're keeping it clean, keeping it green. It looks like they're getting a little bit of separation between each other. No, the truck race was a lot of side-by-side, fast-paced racing. I'm ready for tonight's race. How you feeling?
I'm waiting, man. And the cool thing is, of course,
Mountaineers, let this thing get really racy and then attack. Go for it. These guys have had 2+ weeks to practice. They're going to make contact a little bit, so are these guys. So looks like Bowling's kind of dropped back a little bit. Looks like some of the guys that might have taken tires earlier are really going to start moving their way to the push.
And here comes Larson. Larson to the bottom of the track. Job. Trying to take the lead away. Good job. The momentum. Again, not too shabby at all. Gotta thank, once again, the one and only NNR Mountain, NNR's own, for creating that content for the Xfinity opening. These guys, I'll have a couple of guys up and running tonight for qualifying. Looks like they're actually just about to kick this off, so we got about another 4, maybe 5 minutes. They're running right on time. Isn't it a great thing? But yeah, we're going to be under the Daytona lights tonight with the NNR Xfinity guys. About 20 to 25 cars will be on track. It's going to be a lot of fun. The trucks were great. They went caution free. The Xfinity guys, of course, they want to do the same exact thing. We'll have to see, though. There was a little bit of instability in the lobby during the fun run last night, and also during the truck race. It just wasn't all caught right on camera. But hey, who wants to see the lag? We want to see the racing, and that's what it's all about. And these NNR guys, they do it the best, and I'm extremely proud to be associated with this community. Wouldn't want to be anywhere else. In the meantime, let's go ahead and kick it on over to our buddies at Madison Rising. They still allow NNR to use their version of the national anthem at the onset of every series race, whether it's the trucks on Sunday, Xfinity on Tuesday nights, or over on Thursday night when I get to hang out with the one and only HD Motorsports when the Cup guys hit the track. A little bit of something new here on the bottom under that infamous NNR logo. You see next week's schedule. I'm going to try that, see if it works out. If it seems like it blocks too much of the coverage, I'll remove it. If it's in an all right spot, I'll leave it. But yeah, next week is Darlington. And that is the last race of the regular season. From there on out, we're heading over to Kansas, and we're going to kick off our 12-week playoff races, starting off at Kansas Motor Speedway, and it's going to be a lot of fun there as well. But in the meantime, let's all say hey to our buddies over at Madison Rising. Please stand and remove your hats. Here we go.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land under the fray, and the home of the brave? Because we are the brave. Yes, we are the brave. We'll fight to rename the name of the brave. We are the U.S. of A. For those unaware, that flag is still there. It's our future to save. This land of the brave, the U.S. of A. Oh, say, does that
All right, how about it? Madison Rising, thank you very much again for allowing us to use your version of the national anthem. Gotta love their very own third verse of the song. Definitely speaks volume to their creativity. Guys, go on over to YouTube, search up Madison Rising, search them up on Spotify. From what I hear, they got a pretty good lineup. Also, the lead singer that I didn't know this until just recently. The lead singer Dave Bray, in the last little bit, he's actually gone his own way from Madison Rising, and created his own CDs and all that. Look him up, Dave Bray USA. Hell of a guitar player, hell of a singer. He's got that 90s rocker look to him, I think, still. But man, thank you very much again, Madison Rising, for allowing us to use your version of the national anthem. Again, look them up on YouTube, look them up on Spotify. I hear it's pretty good. But yeah, we're getting set here. I'll have a couple streams tonight. I've got King Outbreak, I've got Boehner, I've got SWATs, I've got a few guys I'll be able to pull from to kind of keep up with things, fuel strategy, pitting, any kind of wrecks that we may be able to catch. Who knows? Hopefully they'll go green. Hopefully we'll see a lot of 2 and 3 wide. During the fun run last night, it was a lot of fun. No, they weren't just settling on that bottom line. They were actually going for it. I'm hoping, even though points are on the line tonight, that we'll see a lot of the same thing. Who knows? I hope so. Keep my fingers, my toes, my eyes, and everything else crossed if I can. But I'm going to check back in with them here right now, see where they stand. Looks like they are just about to wrap up qualifying. They'll be on the timer here in just a minute. They're only going to take one pace lap and then set things off. So we're gonna be live with them from the drop of the green all the way to the checker, all the way through the stages everywhere. Hopefully, again, we'll see a lot of 2 and 3 wide. It won't be just a bottom fed race. It'll be more to it. But guys out there in chat, do you have a horse in this race? Who's your pick? And by the way, gotta say a quick thank you. Talking about those out there in chat. Chase Sears one, want to thank you for the recent follow, not only on Twitter but also right here. I see just about 11 or 12 hours ago, right around the time that you sent me a tweet. You went on here and followed my channel as well. So definitely appreciate it. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Gonna be a lot of fun. Let's see, I think I just heard somebody there. Somebody just came crawling in the back door. And yep, ladies and gents, it is the one and only Mr. Stout Whiskey, driver of the number 2 Miller Lite Ford for Whiskey Racing. What's up, Stout?
What's up, Pete?
Oh, man, kicking us off. Got the anthem taken care of. Our buddies over at Madison Rising played as beautifully as ever. Got Mountains and Xfinity introduction gone through, and now we're just kind of talking about what we're going to expect based off of Sunday night's truck race and last night's fun run. Man, tonight's gonna be crazy. We saw a little bit of instability in the lobby on Sunday, and then again in the fun run last night, a little bit of rubber banding. Smitty was kind of laying down the law in the drivers' meeting just before they got into the drivers' meeting, and then their connection test. So we'll have to see how that plays out. But man, it's Daytona. It's hard to know who to pick. Who are your 2 wild, your 2 off the cuff guesses? Who do you want to see maybe get their first W tonight, or maybe somebody that could solidify their regular season championship? Who knows?
Well, talking about wild cards, this is definitely one of the 2 tracks you think of. When you think of wild card racing, Daytona and Talladega. So, Daytona and Talladega both is just one of those tracks where, hey, if you find yourself in the right position at the right time, you can win this race. And plus, it's one of those tracks where it's the equalizer. Anybody can win. If you got 32 cars in the lobby, any of those 32 drivers can win. It's just all about being in the right place at the right time. And I'll tell you who I'm pulling for. Wasn't a fan of the guy, and I know this is going to sound awful because like 95% of the people pull for him, but I'm going to pull for the J-Pile Army tonight, man. They're all rocking Dale Jr. throwbacks. So we'll have to figure out exactly which one. Someone's running the Hellman's car. I think that thing is hideous, but whatever, man. They're paying tribute to Dale Jr. Well, I'm an NC State fan, man, so that Carolina blue, just can't do it. So,
Yeah.
but no, I'd like to. I'm pulling for it's. I know it's Q Dog's in the 9. I'm not sure which one he's running. Master Killer, Bill's Legend. And then I feel bad because I can't remember the 4th. So
That's okay. He's got many members of that army. It's hard to keep track, and it seems like each week there's somebody new in there that is pulling for J-Pa or one of the members. But man, it's you mentioned Q Dog. Q Dog is actually like way back in the standings right now. I think as they scroll along the bottom there, here's Q Dog about 366 behind the leader. He is in P16 when it comes to points, so he definitely needs to make up a bit. And if he can actually rock that out tonight, get that first W here in the 2020 NNR season, that would be phenomenal. I mean, that could set his entire tone as we get ready to, run next week's race at Darlington, where he can go into that race as hard as it is, and not have a worry, knowing that he's in the top 20 in points. He's got to win. He's going through. He's going to be ready to race at Kansas when we kick off the chase in 2 weeks. Looks like they've got everybody's back in the lobby for one final little pep talk from the one and only NNR Schmitty, the Xfinity Series leader or admin, whichever one you wanna say. And, hoping that everybody minds their P's and Q's and we can run 2 and 3 wide. Speaking of running 2 and 3 wide, a gentleman that can do it all by himself in the chat. Rock NASCAR, how are you, sir? Hey, Rock, tell me what just a little QA for you, okay? That Darlington Raceway schedule that you see for next week, does it look all right there, or do you think it's going to hide a little bit too much of the racing? If while you're watching the race, if it seems like it's hiding a bit much, let me know, and I'll remove it. Just trying something new. But thanks for checking in, sir. Always appreciate you.
I'm just now noticing that. That's pretty sweet, Pete.
Yeah, it was Coey's idea. It's there's an invite from SWATs now, so let me go ahead and actually check on. I'll actually have the cameras tonight from SWATs, Boehner, and Cowboy, as well as King Outlaw. There we go. Let me see. Just checking on them right now. Their lobby's still paused, so if you got that invite, please don't take it just yet. But yeah, does that look all right to you as well, Stout?
No, I like it. Yeah, and that'll be one of the thing, or once we get racing here, just to see what it looks like.
Okay.
If anything, I was thinking maybe make it vertical, and then just make the NNR logo about half size and kind of put it over there. But I mean, if it doesn't take away from the racing, man, it's sweet. It's beautiful. It's big and bold. Best preset league. I'd argue it's the best league on Xbox. Can't beat it.
I couldn't agree with you more. The only reason it's as big as it is right there, if it got any smaller, it got very, very hard to read the writing. This is all right off of nnrleague.com. You could take a look at the full schedule that's going to be that's coming up starting next week at Darlington, the final regular season race, and then 2 weeks we head on over to Kansas. I think it's actually the night race, so it'll be a A lot of
Go
sparks to
Kansas.
kick it off. Yeah, old Kansas. High line. We saw a lot of slide jobs earlier in the season. Yeah, have to see how it all pans out. Let me get back to one of these streams again. Looks like Boehner and Swats, Cowboy. They're all still sitting in the lobby. Doesn't look like they've kind of kicked off the clicker or the clock. Yeah, there we go. The clicker, right? The clock just yet. It shouldn't be long though. To find out who's able to grab that infamous pole and get ready to take them green. They're going to be going about 110 for their pace lap, so we're going to have to kind of get through these 20 to 25 cars pretty quickly. But I'll show you as many as I can before we get back to that old start finish line. You know, the what do you call that? Oh my God, I can't talk tonight, Stout. My mind's all over the place. But the restart zone. There we go. That's. Oh, it's been an interesting day.
I hear that, man. I'm lucky to know that today's Wednesday.
Yeah, I tell you, working from home, the days very much run into each other. I came up here last night thinking that it was time for tonight's race, and it was the fun run. So I was glad I was able to get in there. Rock was in there, quite a few other people. I don't know if you remember an old gamer tag, Powerhouse Josh from many years ago. He was in there. Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm sad. I made a joke and said it was Wednesday, and you didn't even say anything. I know today is Tuesday, but I'm with you, man. It's. I mean, I'm kind of the same way, dude. My days and nights kind of running into each other, and I've told you, school's been kicking my butt, life's been kicking my butt, but that's okay, man, because Tuesday nights, Wednesday nights, Thursday nights, actually every night, I'm racing in some type of series, so. Getting the watered down whiskey.
Stuff, huh?
Yeah, every night, but I'm racing, man, so whatever.
Yep, I'm sending you an invite right now. I just got one from Swats just a little bit ago. You should have it. I'm loading in. I want to thank everybody that's there in chat, keeping us going. Rochelle, Papa Bear's daughters in chat. Good to see you as always. Thank you very much for keeping up with us, keeping up with your old man. I'm sure it means a lot to him.
Rochelle.
Yep, we got to race with your brother last night. That was really cool. But no, definitely appreciate you. And Chase Sears won again. If you're out there now, thank you very much for the follow, not only on Twitter, but also on here. It's always good to meet new people, Stout.
Absolutely, man. That's what life's all about, to meet new people, get involved in more people's lives, learn something about them and letting them learn about you and experience, things maybe you like, maybe they'll like them too, so...
You're 100% right, and here we go with our starting order. Looks like we're going to have the 1 car of Asbel with the 8 of Augustus to his outside. There's the 38 of Jay Quim. He's running a new paint scheme. He actually was curious earlier if he created a new paint scheme, if he would have to qualify all over again. Obviously not. There's the 98 of Bowling and the 11 of Parzival, my mouse. 00 of Finesse with the 28 of Boehner. To Boehner's outside is going to be the 5 of Sull. Behind Boehner is going to be the 97 of Fatless Dig, your winner from a couple weeks ago, rocking those Ally colors. There's the 95 old Papa Bear. He's actually qualified middle to front towards the front of the pack. Great qualifying effort by Papa Bear. There's the 3 car of LaFave with the 81 of Smitty. 51 of Swats with the 29 of Bill's Legend, rocking the nationwide colors. I'm guessing that's where he's going. That's your Hellman's colors. You got the 61 of Mountain with the 69 of Rowdy Burns to his outside. 9 of Q-Dog, rocking the Mountain Dew colors. With the 39 of Master Killer to his outside. We're halfway down the backstretch and a little bit better than halfway through this running order. There's
you ready to take a green here, Pete?
10. Oh, yeah, look at that. How about that? We were a whole lot further than we were. But yeah, under green at Daytona, under the lights, second to last race of the regular season. Stout, we're underway.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, I was just looking back through the field, just checking out everybody's cars. This is, like I said, it's one of those places where anybody can win. And Dan, J-Pop, thanks for tuning in. Two of my favorite dudes over on in the Cup Series, good guys. I know Dan is good friends with Quims, and actually helped get Quims involved here. And of course, we all know about the J-Paw Army, man. He's got people in everywhere. I think J-Paw has like 2 or 3 people in his army that races in like every freaking league on Xbox.
I wouldn't doubt it, and they're all fast, man. They are all fast. Ooh, a little bit of contact in the back. Looks like a little bit of
That's the
contact.
29.
Yep. They were able to keep it going. A couple of good hands drivers back there. Way to keep it moving. Yeah, but absolutely, J-Pot, thank you very much for checking in. And Dan the Lawn Man, the guy that HD loves to call out all the time. I still remember it from when I first started watching HD streams last year. Dan, thanks for having such a cool gamer tag, man. Let's see here. That looks like first through about 12th, they are all single file, but with all the checking up these guys are going to have to do, you're going to see a little bit of bumper lock. You're going to see some guys get moved up off that double yellow line. Stout, we're just getting started.
Yeah, I imagine. I guess it really depends on how much they really want to race right now, but we might see this for a while, unfortunately. I'm not a huge fan of it. I believe if people's going to tune in and watch this race and you're going to call a race, I need to be racing as much as possible. But, maybe that'll change here. You got guys up front who are, up front in points, and might see somebody who needs some points or needs a win and get up here and say, hey, man, I want this. So.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. Powder, thank you very much for checking in, sir. It's good to see you, and thanks once again for switching around your gamer tag just a little bit. Now I can talk about you, and I won't get kicked off Twitch. So, yeah. I absolutely appreciate you, man. Checking in with the 00 of Finesse right here in P4. With the 5 of Sully right behind him, 28 of Boehner, 2 back. In front of Finesse, you got the 11 of my mouse, Mr. Parzival. And, man, all bottom, running the laps for now. Really no sense in doing much challenging or trying to root somebody up off the bottom. Get a fender in along that yellow line. Just paint it the best you can. And keep, as NASCAR would always say, just keep digging.
Absolutely, yeah. And I'm actually looking at this second group here. It looks like we got Q-Dog leading that group. Q-Dog definitely has the sweetest looking throwback of them all. Sorry to the rest of J Farmer, man, but I just actually he's in the back of that group. So I'm kind of watching him from the front group, but yeah, he's running that Mountain Dew Blast, man, which is pretty sure you can only get at that's the Baja Blast or whatever. You can get at Taco Bell. That stuff is the shizzle. And then Powder, man, just so you know, your old gamer tag. I used to dance with that back in college, but yeah, I'm with Pete, man. I'm glad you made the switch over.
Yeah. Oh, jeez. I got nothing, Stout. I got nothing. Oh man. Smitty way back. Looks like you might have lost.
So that second group's been led by it's Cowboy.
Yep.
And then it's Master Killer. You got Mountain. And then I can't tell I can tell if that's a 10, yellow and blue 10.
I think so. Yeah, that was the other J-Pod. Wow.
That's Outbreak, man. I should know that. That's King Outbreak, and then it looks like it's Honcho, and then got Q-Dog holding it down in the back.
Yeah, I'm right back there with you now. I'm on a 61 of Mountain. Him and the one. Who's in that blue and
blue and yellow? That's King Outbreak.
Okay, yeah. Man, that's a nice looking scheme, I tell you. These packs are way back together again. As you see the 19 of Cowboy catch back up to the guys up in front. He really had to check up, and it caused a lot of guys to bobble. But man, if you can keep in the draft, you are moving. all the way around. Look, I mean, Stout, look at this. 20 to 25 guys, nose to tail. We know that anybody can. They say anybody can run a restrictor plate. Daytona, Talladega. All you do is keep it wide open. You don't. If you're keeping this wide open, you're running all over the back of the people. You're going to have some bumper lock. You're going to have some issues. There's more checking up in this than there is on the gas. Most of the time that they're on the gas is actually down the straightaway. All through the corners, though, they're on and off, on and off, on and off. Nobody is just flat foot except for the guys in the front and the guys that are trying to catch back up to the pack. That's it.
No, absolutely. I mean, that's the thing, too, is you think about the difficulty with what we do here in NNR versus other leagues. And I think the Xfinity is a little different. I think everybody's in Discord, but Cup, we're just in team comms, and then you've got the team owner in Discord. So there's not discussion back and forth. You don't really know what's going on, and it looks like we got a wreck.
Yeah, and that wreck sent the 61 of Mountain down pit road. The one Earnhardt car that I was kind of keeping an eye on is actually going through the grass right now. It doesn't look like the caution has come out.
Master Killer's destroyed. King Outbreak. My man Q-Dog made it through, but he lost the draft.
Yeah, he's definitely back there in that Baja Blast machine, like you said. That's going to be a tough break for Mountain, because not only was he force pit, he's got a black flag, so that's going to be another 15 plus seconds on top of his damage. So a good thing that we're only in stage one. Hopefully he'll be able to stay on the lead lap and get back to where he's got to go. But man, that was a tough break. But yeah, here's that car for King Outbreak. I've got his stream up. It's looking pretty good. I like this Kelly Blue Book throwback from him.
Yeah, I'm watching these front guys, man. They're just all running single file with Parzival, Boehner, or not Parzival, excuse me, Asbel, then Boehner, then Parzival. You got Finesse running that Sam R looking scheme. Sully's there. So, and then who is... I'm getting this wrong. I'm used to Boehner running the 36. That's Jay Quims in second, excuse me.
Yep.
Because Boehner runs the 36 in Cup.
Yep. And then Parzival right behind him, and then I believe that's the...
You got Fatless. Yep. And then Boehner, Fatless. And it's like you got the three of, I think that's Joe. Dude, Papa Bear's car's sexy tonight, man. Rocking that black and pink. Man, I'm so used to him. Yeah, I'm so used to him running that like army green. Like he runs a car. I don't know if a lot of people play this, but there was a game I used to play called Destruction Derby, and you had Destruction Derby 2 on PlayStation. And they all had like nicknames, and the dude's nickname was the General, and he just drove an like hunter green car with a white number on it. And that's what I always thought of when I saw Papa Bear's car.
Yeah, Papa Bear. He's man. I tell you what. Papa Bear doesn't always have the fastest car, but he drives probably with the most amount of heart of everybody that's in the field. He keeps it up, keeps it moving, and he is here every week, ready to go. He's got some new people working with him during the week, so I'm hoping that Papa Bear can start making some noise. Hey, who knows? We called Daytona and Talladega the equalizer. Maybe Papa Bear will get that first W here tonight. That'd be pretty cool to see.
Absolutely. Yeah, he actually just almost ran in the back of Bull. If I got stacked up, I don't know if Asbel's dragging him a little bit. That's something I always like to do when I'm in the front. I like to just drag just a tad, just to keep everybody bunched together. I think it just helps the race stay clean. Might not be necessarily what everybody wants, but I mean, you got that front 12 or 13 all within, tenth or two of each other here.
Yeah, and there's Rochelle, Papa Bear's daughter, out there in chat saying, "Go, Dad." Well, Rochelle, here's your dad. He's hanging on to this lead draft right behind the 98, keeping up with everybody, really painting that yellow line right in front of the 51 of SWAT. Doing a great job, really keeping it down low so nobody can get a fender underneath him, root him up. He's doing everything he's got to do. Just methodically work his way through these cars if possible. Right now I'm convinced that they're just running nose to tail just to run laps, finish out the first stage. They'll probably do the same thing or close to it for the second stage. Speaking of stages, I'll actually get us a lap count here next time. We'll choose SWATs here. The next time SWATs comes across the start-finish line, I can tell you they've got about 10 laps left, and they cannot make it on one tank of gas in the first stage. They will all have to pit, and that's another thing, Stout, that we have not talked about just yet. Getting onto pit road when so many are going to be coming pretty close at the same time. You're going to want that communication. Hey, you go down low, I'll stay up high. We'll kind of meet in the middle, get down pit road, hopefully get off pit road without that new glitch. And it looks like we've got about 15 laps to go, Stout.
Yeah, this is one of those tracks too, man. Especially if you're in the lead and you lead like 10 cars down pit road, you're just like, please, God, do not run over me, because everybody's got different brake bias, the way they do the brakes, the way they want to get on. Hey, don't want to pump my brakes, don't want to get on my brakes hard at the end, don't want to pump my brakes hard at the beginning, and just kind of glide at the pit road. So this thing, man, you don't really practice those things with people around you. You obviously probably practice them when you're in a lobby practicing, getting your laps and stuff in. So, man, yeah, you definitely do not.
Okay, there we go. Sorry, you kind of cut out for just a second. I think it was me, though.
Nah, I actually got excited and ripped my cord out, man. I was just talking about getting on pit road. I don't know what you heard. Like, when you're getting on pit road, you definitely don't want to be the lead car, just because you're like, holy crap, I've got 10 guys coming in behind me. We're slowing from basically 200 mile an hour down to I think it's 55 or 45 to get on the pit road here, and you're worried about getting ran over just because everybody gets on pit road different. Some people brake early and kind of just glide into pit road, and some people want to push it and brake heavy at the end and get that speed right at it as soon as you cross the line. So, I mean, it's definitely going to be tricky.
Yeah, without a doubt. I couldn't have said that any better. Thank you, buddy. Yeah, there's going to be a lot to see. Hopefully not too much as we get closer and closer. They've all got between 5 and 7 laps of gas in the left in the tank. Right now, I'm sitting with Boehner's stream. He's got exactly 7. I bet you if the leader had a feed right now, or an onboard camera, he'd probably show 5, maybe 6 laps, because he is the only one running wide open.
Oh yeah, no, he's definitely got less than those guys behind him, no doubt.
Yep. Working my way back up. Looks like Mike Honcho. I saw somebody pulling for him earlier. Looks like he's an early retiree. Not quite sure what happened with Mike, but we'll read about something on Twitch or NNRLeague.com at another time to find out. But right now, up front, it's still the same 6 guys. You got Asbel, you got the 36 of Jay Quim, you've got the 11 of Parsable, 00 of Finesse, the 5 of Sully, and the 28 of Boehner. That's your first, again, 5 or 6. No changes up there. Don't really expect a whole lot of changes. This front pack has definitely pulled away. Any stragglers are very, very far behind. This is Daytona, ladies and gents.
Yeah, Honcho's been on pit road, so I think he probably lagged out or something. Unless maybe that's just on my screen, but he's sitting on pit road. Yeah, you're right. I mean, these guys are gonna be coming soon, probably here in the next 2 or 3 minutes.
Yeah, I'm wondering, Stout, if it's that pit road issue that I've seen over the last few weeks. 1 week it was a more smoke during the Cup race. He was seen on pit road where he was actually still
Popping bear got on the apron there.
Yep. I'm not sure if that was by design. They don't have to pit coming through the corner. There we go.
Here they come. Oh, yeah. Quims is leading them. You got Parsable, Sully. There's a lot of other guys.
Yep. Saw the 98 of Bowling get into the back of Augustus. Kind of squared him up just a little bit. But they got enough of a gap going down pit road that depending on their pit stop, they should not come out and really cause each other very many issues. This game, I wish they'd fix that part. But yeah, so we're seeing the first few from for green flag stops. Spurl, what's happening out there in chat? How are you, sir? Good to see you.
Man, I tell you what, getting off pit road, they were making sweet love to each other. And Goose was just banging the crap out of Sully.
Oh man, yeah, I watched
Boland's
all that
right
too.
there.
Now,
Quims is coming out a little late, and I think Quims might have sped. And you got Papa Bear and Swats coming off there.
You know, Stout, at that point, you're back in control. The game really no longer has full control of the car once you get past the line coming off of pit road. I'm hoping that the game taking control like that did not damage the car and slow him down and make him really lose this draft or not able to compete until we get that stage break where they can get it fixed up just a little bit.
Yeah, usually if it's the game, it's not a big deal. But I mean, you're right. You never know. I mean, and the front five, I see you got them on yours. They're actually getting on the pit road now. The cars of Asbel and Boehner. You got Fatless there and Finesse, and then you got the 3 car there of Joe. I can't say his gamer tag. Is it Lefevre?
Lefevre. Yep,
Lefevre.
Yep. If you're on the stream right now, Stout, does it look fuzzy or is it pretty clear?
On my screen, well, I mean, it's not pretty clear because Boehner is freaking nosing to the wall. He just pulled out, but nah, it looks fine. I think it looks fine.
Okay, cool. All right. Very good. And I really haven't seen where that schedule for next week has inhibited the visibility of the cars on track. So might be able to continue with that. What do you think?
Nah, I dig it, man. I think it looks good. So
okay, very cool.
It's something to look at. I mean, everybody that's watching, they can't look at our 2 sexy bods. So I mean, at least they get that little graphic to look at.
Yeah. So what you're seeing down there, ladies and gents, underneath the NNR info, or above the NNR info rather, is next week's schedule. So next week, these guys are going to take it over Lady in Black, or the track Too Tough to Tame, also known as Darlington. It's going to be the last race in the regular season before we head on over to Kansas the week after that, kick off the chase. And Stout, we've said it before, whoever wins the Cup Championship, the Xfinity Championship, or the Truck Xfinity and Cup Series Championships, they're going to earn it this year. You've got to be good at your short tracks. You've got to be good at your intermediate, your speedways, as well as your road courses. Nobody is going to just walk into a championship. I think you could probably have one bad race, but you better have 3 spectacular races to make up on the points that you lost during that one bad one, because everybody's going to be coming loaded for bear and ready to take their shot.
Nah, I definitely agree with that, man. And talking about this race, though, here, I don't know how many laps is left here in this first stage, but hopefully, I saw there a lap or 2 ago, man, where it looked like NNR, the artist formerly known as Rowdy Burns, now Joe Exotic, he pulled out with Bowling and Augustus, and they tried to get something going on the outside, but they had to draw back in line. So hopefully these guys are not content. I mean, this is an arcade game. You get as many fixes on your car as possible, so tear that sucker up, man, trying to gain another spot, another point, or possibly even a playoff point here.
Yeah, it's very, very possible. And as they just across the start-finish line, we've got 5 laps remaining in stage 1. Yeah, it's to kind of go off what you said. Yeah, this is not like iRacing at all, where you only get like maybe 1 or 2 quick fixes that you hear the Pro Invitational Series talk about on like Garrett Smith Lee's channel, or a couple of those other guys. Yeah, no, and it's also like how you want it yet, Stout, where permanent damage is a thing. I was actually talking to Rock NASCAR last night or the day before that a little bit, talking about permanent damage, talking back to the '09 days where, I mean, a track like Dover, you know, coming out of the pits, getting up on the banking, sometimes that would break your hub if you didn't take it easy, and you had to race like that. You actually had to.
I missed it so much.
You almost had to destroy the front end in order to get it fixed. But there were some communities out there that said, hey, if you're seen, you know, purposefully driving up into the wall to make your car worse just to fix it, you know what? Head back. We're not, you know, that's not how you race. You used to see cars with no front clips at all. You used to see the roll cages. Man, it was nice back then.
Nah, I agree, man, and yeah, because the damage, like it was car attrition. You have to take care of your car. This, you don't have to take care of your car, so you just beat the hell out of it. But getting here to the end, Spurl, I promise you, man, if someone pulls out here and makes a move, I will do my best HD impression. It'll be kind of weak because he's said it 6,000 times, but I'll give you the best power move impression I could possibly give.
Yeah. And,
yeah, I don't know how many laps are left here, Pete, man, but
under 5.
I mean, they're just right. How many?
Under 5.
Yeah, so they're just riding here. I'm not one of those people that, you know, super speedway wait till the last lap. Personally, man, you want to be leading the race here. Just because the way this game is, the arcade portion of it, you can kind of control. So personally, you want to try to get I want to get the lead as quickly as possible.
Well, your top 5 right now are the 1 of Asbull, 28 of Boehner, 97 old Fatless Dig, your winner again a couple weeks back. Then you've got NNR Finesse. You got rid of the stay part of it. Branded as Gamer Tank. Thank you very much, Finesse. And then you got the 11 of Parzival. That is your top 5. We'll have to see if anybody from that group actually does what you just said. You know, I see the 11 kind of holding back there from the back bumper of the 00. Is he going to try to get a bit of a run? And as they come to the line this time, we're going to be, we'll see, just about, this is the last lap. So if anybody's going to do it, maybe that's what Parzival was thinking, but didn't quite have the help from behind to try to get that done. So this is the race for stage 1. Right now, Asbull has it. 28 of Boehner wants it. The 97's looking for some help. 00's not going to be able to give it to him. I think these top 5 are much going to stay top 5. And I think the guys behind them are just too far back. And just as I say that, Fatless Dig's going to try to pull out and get something going. Here we go. To the line.
Nice.
What's going to be?
That was a nice move, man. Bowling too, man. Bowling's like he's gonna get a third there in the stage.
Yep, and I was on Boehner while all that happened, and he got drop kicked behind all these guys, so I missed it. Sorry about that, guys, but looks like the Asbull or NNR Asbull was able to get max points out of that, but definitely very close. Was at 97, the 00, and the 98. We're going to stack and rack them back up. Y'all want to know how to follow NNR on Twitter and Twitch and NNRleague.com? Check this out.
Hey NNR fans, don't miss any of the action by following or subscribing to Repeat's Twitch channel. Turn on notifications and you'll always know when the best preset league on Xbox hits the track. Check out his YouTube channel too to see all of NNR's past races. Follow No Name Racing as well as Repeat 1975 and others on Twitter, and you'll never miss any of the action.
As always, again, you don't miss a thing, but thank you very much, Mountain, for putting that commercial together for us. Up front, not much of a change. Asbull's going to take us to green with the 97 of Fatless Dig, who's outside, 98 of Bowling, and then the 00 of Finesse. That's going to be our top 4, top 5, and Stout, we're back at it, back under green.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see how long they stay too wide here. Hopefully they just stay too wide, but it doesn't look like... Well, I mean, I guess we'll find out, but it looks like already got guys. As you can see, we've got about 10, 11 cars already down the bottom now, and only got 5 or 6 guys up top, so it's like it's going to be a fight to the bottom again.
Yeah, fight to the bottom, and not everybody's able to paint that double yellow like we've seen before. 3 of Lefebvre able to get under the 8 right there, 51 of Swats. So right now, everybody behind that 51 is wide. In front of them is, I'm sorry, the 8 of Augustus rather is double wide, but everybody in front of them already single file. And
Yeah, I'm looking back here, man. We got Papa Bear and Cowboy and Q Dog and Outbreak, Quims. That group was like, and Rowdy. It's like they're all still trying to figure out who's going to get where in line. And I'll tell you this: Thursday night, you can bet your tail. I'll be taking the Larson line around here. Too soon?
I hope so. I see what you did there. Gotcha. It took me a second. Still fresh news, but yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Quims and Rowdy got into it. And they saved it. Back there, got about 3 wide back there.
Yeah, still not.
Yeah, we don't have to talk about it. Everybody else is talking about that.
All that, yeah. But man,
I hope he goes back and just does dirt racing, man. To be honest, because that's what he loves. That's what I would do if I was rich. I'd be on some dirt tour somewhere. Hell with asphalt. Let's be racing dirt every week.
Well, with Ganassi firing the guy, that money's going to run out pretty quick. Looks like a challenge for the lead right here, Stout.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like, I guess I need to get back up there. Yeah, Aswell going underneath. Bowling. Oh, Sully spins out.
Oh, hard wrecked. A big one.
Oh, yeah, man. There's some torn up race cars right there.
A lot of torn up cars, and that is going to be our first caution of the night. Yeah, the 5 got, I'm not sure if he got hooked or below the double yellow by accident, tried pulling back up, and I'm guessing that car is a bit free because it just went around. Kind of reminded me of days of old where if you touch that yellow, we actually used to call it butter. It would send you right around, and yeah, that was definitely the big one of NNR for tonight so far.
Yeah, I don't know if because Daytona's got like these little patches on the apron, man, and if you hit them, it just makes your car go berserk. I don't know if that's what happened to Sully, because it looked like he hit the apron.
Yeah.
The way it just whipped around there. So, I mean, it did a 180 instantly. So.
Yes, it did. Got some new guys up front. Looks like gonna have the 00, and look at that. Sully's just included in that wreck, but he did not pit to repair and damage. He's gonna sit on the outside, either that or he forgot to hit that AA. But then there's the 98 of Bowling, 97 of Fatless Dig, and your buddy Jay Quinn rocking P5 right now.
Yeah, hopefully if Sully did get damaged and he forgot to pit, he gets the heck up out of the way. Honestly, he calls that caution, he should be getting out of the way and dropping to the back anyway, but rule might be a little bit different here in Xfinity versus Cup.
Yeah, I don't think I remember hearing anything about that in the drivers' meeting earlier. It might have been something that Smitty forgot to mention, but...
oh, they're getting squirrely back there.
Yeah, they are.
Papa was able to hang on to it. It's like he lost 5 or 6 positions, but they will hang on to it. Yeah, Sully's dropping down on the bottom. It's like Sully's serving it now, actually. Or maybe not. He just drilled Mountain and got into Fatless.
Yep, you're trying to woe it up so much.
Sully's been drinking. Get him off the track. I think he actually was trying to get out of the way and kind of serve his penalty.
Yeah, there he goes. He's dropping in the back right there. Tough break for Sully, but again, he'll be able to get back in the gas right here. Just keep it going. He's going to lose the draft. Obviously, he's probably going to lose a lap, depending on what happens here. We'll see. I don't know if everybody can make it on fuel from there. Let's see. Ainer's showing 19 laps of gas in the tank, and as he comes across the start-finish line, I'll grab us a lap count. And survey says 19 in the tank and 19 to go. It's going to be close, Stout.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're running hard here, personally. I think you can make it. But it depends. I mean, Boehner's back there. Well, yeah, Boehner can half throttle where he's at. So if he just hangs onto the person in front of him, he's going to be fine. It's really, Boland's probably going to be in a bad situation.
You know, we saw the 61 of Mountain earlier get kind of force pit down pit road. I'm guessing he was able to hold on to that lead lap. He's running, I believe, P3 right now behind Jay Quim and in front of the double O. So chalk up quite a few spots, whether it's through pit strategy or what, to the 61 amount. Good job there, buddy.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know if you know, on Twitter you saw the Mountains, his post, Greg's post, man, but he's ready, man. He's ready to give some cats the chrome horn, and he's looking forward to the night. So that's good, man. You come with that attitude, knowing that you're going to be extra racy and get out here and have some fun with the super speedway stuff, and looks like it's paying off right now, sitting in P3.
Yeah, and you know, we were talking about Q-Dog earlier, where he is in points, running last right now. He's got King Outbreak in front of him by about 5, and then Mountain is only like 6 ahead of last place. So where he is right now is actually where he needs to be. He needs to stay ahead of Q-Dog, although I know you're a big fan of everybody in the J-Pow Army, so am I. But this guy has absolutely had an extremely rough season. He's very hard. He kind of reminds me of Sledgehammer a little bit. Very hard on himself, expects a lot out of himself, gets very disappointed when he thinks he's run a good race but gets caught up with somebody else's mess. So right now I'm glad to see him running up in the top 3, top 5, and with under 20 to go, we could be looking at some pretty good stage points here.
Yeah, and I'm a huge fan of everybody except for Smitty. Screw that guy. But Spurl, no, I think. All right, so Spurl, I'm not sure how Xfinity does it, but in Cup, something we've done because we had 2 or 3 races there where we just weren't proud of the way that we raced overall, and it wasn't just one individual; it was everybody. So we kind of implemented some different points rules, and I know for a fact that Xfinity does that. I just didn't know if they did the same rule as we did. But basically, if you cause a caution, you have to start at the tail end of the line. So I don't know if he just pitted and got that sweet second spot, or if he didn't pit. So what he was doing was he was trying to get the heck out of the way and drop to the back of the line and to surface penalty. So I think that's what was happening. But I'll tell you what, I'll flip through here on mine. Nah, he's still racing. I just flipped to him. He's actually getting ready to cross the start-finish line right now. So yeah, that's a rule that's been implemented across all 3 disciplines there, Spurl.
And rightfully so. The 8 of Augusta round.
Oh man, someone just went to Space Mountain. It was Smitty. Speaking of the devil, holy cow, dude. Goose was sitting like a landmine. Did you see that? Just boom, straight up the air.
And there is that second caution, guys. All right, so we had 1 caution in the first stage. Oh, no, actually, no, they were both in this. But Stout, this is going to set everybody up to, without a doubt, be able to make it to the end of stage 2. And I think you can. Now, there's no thinking about it. Everybody can go on tires. If you're questionable on fuel, maybe a lap and a half, something like that, you maybe take a half a tank, or half a can. There we go. Or with this caution, do you think we can go all the way and not pit?
I think you can. I don't think you necessarily have to pit there, but it's not going to hurt you to pit because you don't know how it's going to play out. I mean, if you could stay out if you're 7th and 8th and everybody else is pitting, but I mean, if you had 4 or 5 guys standing out front of you, man, just go ahead and play it safe. Stay out and pit because you might get another caution and survive getting some damage and gain some spots that way. So,
well, looks like at least the top 5 agreed with you because I'm riding along with the 1 of Aswell right behind the 61 of Mountain. He's forcing his way under the 36 of Jay Quinn, and Mountain's just gonna pack up the back of I believe that's
the 3 wide back here. Yeah, Finesse and Quim's 3 wide back there with I can't tell if that's Parzel.
Yep.
Yeah, with Swats.
Yep.
Or is it Parsable?
The 51 on the bottom was Swats.
Yeah, you're right. With Swats.
Yep.
J-Paw, you know I'm staying out, homie.
Absolutely stay out. Pretty good back here. Pretty good up front. We're probably gonna get us a lap count next time this pack comes screaming to the start-finish line. I'll actually pull up Swat's feed here and see how he's riding. And again, I'm seeing Master Killer back here, Gustus, Smitty, King Outbreak, Mike Honcho. Well, Mike Honcho is he's an early retiree. Something must have happened there. But as they come past the start-finish line, again, I'll get us that lap count. We were under 20 to go before the caution came out. Should be quite a bit further here. All nose to tail across the start-finish line. We're looking at 10 Stout, 10 laps to go. Oh, I can't believe I just did that, but that's okay. I can.
No, that was awesome, man. Yeah, dude, that brings back memories. I'm 36 years old. I'm just thinking of the count right now, man. Sitting on the floor eating some animal crackers and freaking apple juice, right?
Oh man. I tell you, these days. But yeah, we're kind of working through the field to see the 3-car Lefebvre. He's actually slowing it up, taking it down pit road. He must have been short. Maybe in one of those last stops, didn't quite get enough, or something happened. Not sure, but the 3 Lefebvre's down pit road. He was in the middle of this pack, so he should have been able to save some kind of fuel. Not sure. 97 to Fatless Dig back there behind Cowboy. Cowboy's right behind old Papa Bear. Lefebvre's exiting pits, as you can see there, kind of running the apron. Gonna get back up on track here in just a minute. Looks like he's gonna lose a lap unless he can really get up to power, but you can't run the apron wide open. You do have to check up a little bit. The car gets a little tight. Although after adjustments, who knows? So what do you think here, Stout? You think 98's gonna take this stage with Mountain content to push him on through, or do you think Mountain maybe try something for that extra stage win to advance his standings into points?
Mountain's probably going to stay in line, man. I mean, he does have his rookie teammate behind him in Asbel, but like you were saying earlier, Mountain's got a point race, and the fact that he's only a couple points ahead of those guys. Don't look back there. I think Q-Dog looks like he's in like 7th or 8th. He can't pull out and try to get the stage win and then lose 5 or 6 positions and only gain a point or 2.
You're right. 7 laps to go. It's still bowling up front. Mountain P2, Asbel P3. And it looks like Mountain is pretty content just pushing bowling around.
Q-Dog's hung out there on the outside right now. I mean, you got these guys lined up. Looks like Parswell's pulling out. Quims is trying to go with him, but they just don't have the cars lined up to make that happen.
No. Stout, do you think on Thursday night we'll see a lot of you guys up there on wheels really trying to get that high line rolling, or is this a pretty good look at what we'll see on Thursday night?
I haven't decided yet. I'm not sure if Cody's gonna be back Thursday because I've kind of ran the stuff last 2 weeks, but I'll probably tell the guys, hey man, I'm not forcing you to do anything, but we need to race each other, yeah. And you can bet your ass Jose 720 and Stout Whiskey will be trying to pass people on the outside. I really like Daytona versus Talladega. Daytona, you actually run a higher preset just so you can kind of maneuver your car from top lane to the bottom lane, and it'll be interesting. I know there's some guys that'll run the top, but there'll be a lot of. I know there's some guys too that are bottom feeders, and we'll just try to gain spots when someone washes up. It's all it's all preference, man. I don't have anything to lose. You know, I'm in the chase.
Yep.
I would have been in the chase on points.
Yep.
So I've performed pretty well this year, but I've already got a win. So, and we were wrong about Mountain, man, because Mountain just pulled to the outside with a power move,
There
and
you
he's got
go.
Asbel and Boehner on his behind, and it's like the outside line's gonna prevail, man, because it's 5 cars versus 3. So here we go. See if Boehner can
Yep.
suck up there to him.
Oh boy, here we, like you said, there we go. All those guys back there really trying to shove this 61 on by the 98 of Bowling. Bowling's got Rowdy Burns behind him, behind Mountain, like you said. You got Asbel, you got Boehner, you've got the 5 of Sully. That high line is moving high, wide, and Harry Gant Handsome. Oh boy, all the way around. It's we still got about 3 laps to go. I think they might have tried this a little too early, but man,
I like it though.
we'll have to see. We'll have to see. They're still chugging along. I know I'm pretty sure Asbel has a wheel. I know Boehner has a wheel. I know Mountain's got a wheel. All these guys can hold a line. They just got to stay tucked in. But man, you had to try something. I think it might have been a lap or two too early though. As we come across the line, I think we're going to have about 3 to go. They're going to lose a lot of position in the back. Yep,
yeah,
3 to go at the line.
they might have had it there, man, especially if it was, with a lap or 2. But then with them racing side by side, I know you saw it allowed the 3 or 4 cars from that second groove or that second pack to catch up, and then they all just stuck to the bottom, and it just become a numbers game. Preset racing super speedways it's a numbers game as far as the inside or the outside. It's not like customs. We might actually run customs next year on the super speedways. Cough, cough for you guys watching. Just trying to get a setup or 2 and post them for guys to have, just because we think it'd be a little bit better racing. So,
well, how about that? Coming from Coey's right-hand man. Unofficial, official. We'll have to see more info as it comes down the line. But we're talking about all this, and you're talking to Spurl out there in chat earlier. I forgot to mention, Stout. Spurl threw it out there the other night during the, I believe it was during the truck race. If anybody out there sends a message to the NNR Twitter picking the Cup Daytona winner for Thursday night, Spurl's actually going to head on over to Zazzle on NNRLeague.com, and he's going to pick up something nice for whoever's able to pick the winner. So, Stout, if you see, I know you've been running a bit of the Twitter here lately. If you see somebody picking who they think is going to win in the Cup Series, that's needs to be written down. And you know what? I'll actually show you what I'm talking about. Let's go take a look at NNRLeague.com.
Hey NNR fans, are you looking for a way to rep your favorite NASCAR Heat Preset League on Xbox Live? Look no further. Just go to NNRLeague.com, scroll down to the Zazzle tab, and see what we have to offer. From t-shirts to hoodies to clocks, we have everything you need to show your support. Thanks for being the best fans, and we hope to see you at the track repping that NNR red.
So, yeah, there you have it. NNRLeague.com. Scroll down to the Zazzle tab on the home page, and that's what we were just talking about. Spurl said he'll pick up something nice from there, and we'll get it sent out to whoever can maybe win or maybe pick the overall winner from the Cup Series on Thursday night. So, yeah, go to @noname_racing on Twitter. Stout
I'll make a post. I'll make a post. I'll make a post after the race. Spurl, are you on Twitter? If you are, man, just put your Twitter handle in here in the chat, and I'll make a post as soon as this race is over.
Yep. And also, anybody out there that needs a new keychain, go check out what Coey created for this channel, which is actually really, really cool. It's Repeat's Twitch channel, keychain. And they came out really, really nice. They look just like the stream starting soon screen that comes up before the races. Looks pretty cool.
I'll have to check it out. If I get one, can I send to your house and will you sign it?
Absolutely, I will.
All right. And then when it gets
You know
back
what?
to me,
I actually just bought an engraver. I'll engrave the back of it for you.
Sweet, dude. I'll have to, when it gets sent back to me, I'll have to spray it down on Lysol and let it sit outside for a couple days. It just doesn't have COVID-19 on it. I'm about over that, man. I'm ready for the economy to get back.
Yeah.
I'm ready to hug people, man. I'm such an extrovert. Gosh,
Yeah.
this stinks.
I'll tell you what, it's been all over here lately. Trump and a bunch of guys, they want to open the country back up. China tried that, and they've actually fallen into a relapse, a second wave. So, yeah, I want to open things back up, but I think we got to do it at the right time. But this is racing. This is not politics. This is not COVID. We've had enough of that. Those are all Debbie Downers. This is an upper. Let's kind of keep it on track. Stout. I'm actually I'm pretty good with the way the race has gone so far tonight.
I am too, man. It's been pretty racy at points, especially on the restarts. And I mean, as you're looking at it now, I mean, these guys they're actually racing and trying to gain positions. You got Asbel and Banner and Soley lined up there on the outside. You got Rowdy Burns and Cowboy. You got Master Killer and Parzel, and then of course Bolin leading the way here. So they're not holding back now, man. You know, the first stage you kind of want to fill everybody out and pay attention to the car. Yeah, I saw somebody get in the wall up there. So
yeah, 51 and the 28 made a little bit of contact right after the 51, and the 61 made contact. That put both into the wall and moved Swats up a couple positions. But it's still early in this stage. In fact, I'll let us know how early here in just a minute. But like first through 10th or so already. Single file, 97 of Fatless Dig, looking to the outside of the 51. He's got the 00 behind him, and already some cars heading down pit road. 34 laps remaining in this, final stage before we can claim some checkers here.
I'm really hoping that it's 3 different people in the. Ready to talk to some different people.
You talking about chat?
Nah, and podium finishers, man.
Oh yeah.
It's like we got a caution out here. Sorry guys, missed who that was. It might have been. I don't know if that's Quims and Q Dog, man. But those 3 cars were kind of piled up on top of each other. Up here watching the front and reading J-Paw talking trash in the chat. Dan's laughing at him.
Yeah.
Freaking teammate.
There's Striker out there saying, "What's up, guys?" Trying to do his best HD Motorsports impersonation. "What's up, guy?" Yeah, no, I can't even do it. But yeah, Striker's been a pretty good race so far. Fartbox 133. Sorry I missed the follow during the stream. Thank you very much. Welcome aboard, sir.
What was his name?
Fartbox 133.
I wonder if there was a fart box 132.
I don't know. Was there ever I'm guessing maybe.
If there's a 133, there's got to be a 132, right?
Yeah,
it's kind of like a Stout Whiskey 2.0 or something, you know? Sperl, yes, you can get commercial-free streaming at OnlyFans /repeat 1975.
I missed that. What was that?
You don't want to know.
Okay, fair enough.
Striker thought it was funny.
Yeah, I completely. I heard OnlyFans /repeat 1975. I think that's where it began. I don't know, but okay. I digress. Up front, top 5, top 6 are all nose to tail on the bottom. You got the 98 of Bowling. He's been pretty comfortable up there. Got 36 of Jay Quinn, 1 of Asbel, 28 of Boehner. I think that was the 5 right behind him. And then the 95 of, Papa Bear. back inside the top 10, cruising right along. Good to see him right behind this 69 of Rowdy Byrne, the 5 of Sully. Papa Bear again having a great race. We've seen him up, seen him down. Here he is with about 30 to go, in place to have a great points night. So if Papa Bear's family's still out there, he's getting closer and closer to possibly locking in a win for the season. Who knows? Now I think I know what talking about, as Striker's talking about the great price of $9.95. But is that the first installment or is that total? Oh, jeez. You guys kill me.
Yeah, I might have currently having whiskey drinks living up to my gamer tag, so my apologies.
J-Pod says a $5 coupon using code friend of Carol. Okay. And yep, Sparrow says 3 easy payments worth $30. That's awesome. Let's see. There's a 98 of bowling up front in the wind. You know what? As they come back around, heading into 1 right now. Next time they come around, we'll actually go like 2 or 3 cars behind bowling, and we'll do a quick crank it up session to really get a feel of just how much these guys are on the gas and off the gas again. There we go. Yeah, we'll. I just landed on the 28 of Boehner as they're midway through the backstretch, and while I'm on Boehner, I'll grab us a lap count when he goes on by the start-finish line, but through 3 and 4 time. Let's see. Oh, Boehner's a little bit of competition there underneath, but here we go, guys. Go ahead, crank it up. All right, yeah, there you go. I tell you what, we were talking earlier, Stout. Sigs and Do, thank you very much for the follow during that crank it up. Stout, we were talking earlier about how much time people are on the gas versus checking up. I was on Boehner right there, and he did not lift once. He was all over the back bumper, that 69 the entire time. A little bit of bumper lock there, but
yeah.
Yep. Yeah, he was pushing that 69 everywhere, through the center, off the corner, down the straightaway. He was not letting go unless he really had to. And since I said I'd get us a lap count at the line this time by, looking like that kind of flashed up and went away. Didn't stick up long enough, but I'll grab it next time. That was interesting. So, Striker and J-Pod and everybody else, we got Daytona on Thursday night in the Cup Series, and as you can see now under the NNR information, you got Darlington next week. I want to wish all you guys a lot of luck right now. It looks like got a spinner in the back, and I think another caution might come out. Not quite sure. Yep, there it is. Everybody will be able to go all the way from here. And you know what? Since there's a guys out there in chat, we still got a car we want to give away here, Stout. Let's check that out one more time.
Hey NNR fans, get your hands on this Lowe's Motor Speedway 50th anniversary diecast that's signed by track owner Bruton Smith by watching repeats broadcast on Twitch. If we get over 50 live viewers on any stream, the diecast will be unlocked. The winner will then be determined by a trivia question selected by repeats. First to answer adds this sweet ride to their collection. Thanks for being the best fans around.
All right, we're going to rack and stack them back up here under the Daytona lights. Stout, it's getting to be coming down to crunch time. I'll get us a lap count as they come across the line, but we've got to be getting pretty close to that final checker. Got 29, the one up front, 69 and the 28. 19 laps remaining here in the race.
Yeah, I was about to say, man, we're getting down to the nitty gritty, and then of course that makes me think of the nitty gritty dirt band. And
yeah, but I'm not going fishing in the dark with you. HD
what?
might though. HD might go fishing in the dark with you.
Oh,
no, I'll come out to Greensboro and go fishing in the dark with you. And you pick a line, I'll pick a pole. We'll go fishing in the crawfish hole. Maybe a little five card poker on a Saturday.
Lazy yellow moon coming up tonight, shining through the trees. Crickets are singing and the lightning bugs are floating on the breeze. All right, sorry.
Oh, that was
these guys
good,
want to hear me sing. They want to talk about the race, man. Yeah, we got Aswell up in front. Yeah, dude, I played college football, and then but I had the lead. I was the lead male in the high school plays, so I was pretty popular in high school, and then get to college and you're just a number, and now I'm just a nobody, man. I'm just stout whiskey. It's sad.
You are far from nobody to those two little ones you got hanging around the house. And man, everybody here at NNR loves you, dude. So if you seriously get to thinking like that, I'll have to drive out there and just smack you upside the back of that bald head you got, because that ain't happening.
Nah, yeah, I appreciate it. This time, though, man, like I said, this time's hard for me, just being such an extrovert and not being able to talk to people, hug people. I'm a family man. I've been able to see my mom and dad, trying to abide by the rules. I know it's tough on everybody, and my thoughts and prayers are out to everybody and people that's been afflicted, if anybody knows anybody in here. But we were talking about Darlington, man, and speaking of my daughter actually designed my car that I'm racing in Darlington, so I'm going to unveil that. I'm going to unveil that next week. Made a little video. It's going to be pretty special. It's going to be weird for me because I'm a man's man. I don't believe in wearing pink or purple, and I guess that's a hint on to what my car is going to look like. So yeah, it's pretty fruity looking, but whatever. She liked it, and it's for her.
Well, we'll have to make sure that 2 car gets extra coverage come Thursday night when you and the rest of the Cup guys take to the Daytona. I'm really interested to see what that's going to look like now. Hell yeah. Extra curious. Here's we were just talking about J-Paw and his army. You mentioned somebody said Q-Dog is trash, but then thank God they said just kidding. How about old Bill's Legend right now, rocking those 29 and your beautiful devil blue colors. Sitting in P3 right now, right behind the 28 of Boehner, rocking those nationwide colors. Looks pretty good out there, doesn't it, Stout? Everybody out there in chat, Stout is a huge Blue Devils fan.
Hell no, no, P. It's all about the Wolfpack, man. Yeah, Carolina Blue crap. Yeah, but no, I mean it's. I'm happy to see Bill's Legend running well, man. I really like Bill's Legend, and I actually had the opportunity to race his car in Martinsville for him when his grandfather passed away, and he had to go up to New York. So, it's always good to see a different face performing well, and I know Bill's Legend's. He's sitting pretty good in the points. I know he's right at the. I know he's in the top 10.
Yep, he's right in front of. It's kind of funny that you mentioned that. Just as you mentioned Bill's, he scrolled across the bottom. He's actually in front of Asbill in points, even as productive as Asbill's been this season. So, yeah, he's doing all right. Really is.
Yeah, you see Rowdy got shuffled out of line there, man. I don't know if he really appreciated that. He freaking gave Sully a shot. And he's like, he's going to try to get to the bottom. He might. Nope. And Q-Dog, my main man, dude, Q-Dog's Dale Jr. car is on point, dude.
Yes, it is. Yes, it
Spur,
is.
I'm a huge Wolfpack fan, dude. I don't know if you're from North Carolina. I hate the Tar Heels. Bunch of Walmart fans. You know, that's where you can find all their clothes at Walmart, $6.99.
Oh, Mountain hard up into the wall.
And Cowboy too.
Dang, I did it again. Cowboy. Sorry, Mountain. Cowboy. Oh, Nat is gonna bring out the caution. Oh, that hurt. Woo. I'm sure that jerked the wheel right out of his hand. Man.
Oh yeah, dude, that was a hard lick.
Yep. Whew. Well, they called for no more commercials inside of top 20. I will go by that. No commercials from me. We're gonna ride this out here, and I'll actually see if they're gonna fix that damage. Looks like he is gonna go ahead and pit. They've got 13 laps remaining. They can take, just one can here. I think, Boehner's just gonna take a can, and he'll have 14 laps in the tank, 13 to go, so he'll be right on point, not spending more time than he has to on pit road. And as we get ready to go, we'll have the one of Asbill out front, 28 of Boehner to the outside, 29 of Bill's Legend. That's going to be your top three. Bill should be able to get to Asbill's bumper before the 28 can really get going. So we'll be looking for Bills to take over P2, and everybody again on the outside. Hopefully, with this few of laps remaining, they'll keep it racy. We'll have to see though, Stout.
Absolutely. Yeah, well, I mean, Boehner. I mean, the outside groove. It's just tough here, man. And as you can see, they're coming down there and actually wash slowly down to the bottom.
Yep.
Yeah, it'd be interesting because you got, second, third place guys, especially if this was a state green, man, they're going to be hungry guys. So the problem is you don't know if Boehner would actually go with them because you've got Boehner there in fourth, Fallis Diggs in fifth, and my main man is in sixth place, Q-Dogs, dude. Let's go to that Q-Dogs machine, man. Let's check that thing out.
All right. Yeah, let's go ahead and get to it. Oh, there he is. Yep, that is absolutely on point. Oh, look at that! Another one with that. I'll call it petty blue for you, okay?
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, Q-Dogs. I'm glad somebody can paint because I sure as heck can't.
Yeah, that car does look really nice. And I mentioned earlier that Q-Dog and Mountain and one other were really fighting for that last spot to be in the top 16 once it comes time to run the chase after next week at Darlington. And right now, Q-Dog's actually in front of the 61. It's actually King Outbreak. So you got Mountain at 360, King Outbreak at 361, and Q-Dog at 366. So those last three spots, very, very important in points right now.
Yeah, you see that outside line trying to get something going, man. But let's see if is that Outbreak. Yeah, Outbreak's able to get down there. Slowly dove back down, so that's actually probably going to move Boehner, Fallis Diggs, and Finesse back here. And Q-Dog is pushing the shizzle out of Parsville, saying, "Let's go. Let's clear these guys on the outside." I tell you what, man. I don't know if Sully let them down, but Boehner, Diggs, Finesse, they're looking like they're going to lose 6 or 7 spots here. Asbill's trying to pull that outside groove.
Yep, and he just lost.
And he's going to go with them.
Yep.
Well, I mean, he made that choice. I know that's his teammates, and he's going to try to pull them on by. But if that bottom groove can stay lined up here, and especially with the cars, I mean, it's about even. But I mean, they've got the track position. It's all about keeping a straight line here, and
keep it down.
Yeah.
That little bit of Q-Dog washing up the track actually just allowed that outside line to really move because
right, and Bills was not helping either. He was a little wobbly there.
Oh boy, I got to get to a different camera view. This is crazy on the outside. Hell yeah. There we go. Maybe a little bit of this, a little bit of that. 61 is now 2 spots ahead of Q, getting a big shove from the 10. It looks like they're going to actually clear the 29. Oh, 61's going to get put in the sucker hole. They're going to go 3 wide through the tri-oval here. Stout across the line, still 3 wide. 19 to the outside of Parzival, able to hold it. That's why these guys are the best.
Yeah, they're... Well, as you can see, it looks like Aswell and Boehner are actually going to come down now because those guys were getting into each other back there. So, and Q-Dog's actually, like, he got knocked up out of there. So now Q-Dog's going to be on the outside. Well, it's be interesting. Boehner's pulling to the outside, but Boehner does not have any help at all. So,
nope. Boehner's got multiple wins on the season. Aswell has multiple wins on the season. They really don't have anything to lose. Right now, it's all about their teammates. They're going to fall back in line. There's the double O of Finesse behind Fatless Dig, kind of working my way back up to the lead. Going to grab us a lap count. Playful Lewis, thank you very much for the follow, sir. Welcome to NNR. There we go. Big shot of Bill's Legends hood all over the back bumper of the one of Aswell. You know, I've said it before. I really think whoever's going to challenge for this year's championship here in the Xfinity season, they're probably going to have to go through Aswell. Stout. I mean, you've got Boehner in here. You've got Finesse in here. Aswell. You can't pass up a lot of these guys. You know, Cowboys really been turning it on.
Sorry, Outbreak and Papa Bear got on each other pretty heavily, but they kept it going. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Nope, that's okay. I think there's been quite a few pretty strong cars here as of late. It's going to be a great race to the championship between, I would say, six, maybe 7 different guys. As you love to say, Stout, the parity in this series is amazing.
No, absolutely, man. It's so good, dude. As far as, and that's the thing. Like, you've got guys that are pretty good at specific tracks, and run well, and then you'll go like on a 3 or 4 week stint where you won't run well because guys just perform, and there's just so much parity. I mean, it's just fun to watch, man. It's fun to be a part of. I know it's exciting for you and HD. When I go back and watch the clips, and it's like Quims hit the wall and came down there in the back and hit somebody. We got 3 or 4 cars spinning in the back, so
yes,
gonna have a caution, and I was like, looks like they're still rolling.
Yep, Spurl.
Are they coming? Are they coming to the checkered here?
Nope, not just yet.
There's a caution.
Said in chat, yeah, there's a caution. But Papa Bear, how about Papa Bear right now running P5? And with this restart, he's going to line up on the inside row. He's going to have a hell of a shot to maybe get that top 3. Papa Bear, I'd love to talk to you here in the booth. Man, that would be amazing. I'm sure your daughter and your son are out there watching, pulling for you, no doubt in my mind. Oh, wait a minute. What? That was the end. Come on. That was I hate these when they... We need a lap counter, Stout. We need the tools.
Oh, yeah, they need to hook it up for us for sure.
Man, I'm sorry, chat. That was like, yeah. But anyway, we're going to switch it on over here, get these guys into the booth, chat with them, find out who our top 3 were. We know Aswell was able to...
Aswell 1, Master Killer was 2, and I'm not sure who was 3rd.
All right.
Parzival.
Hey, how about that? The mouse. The mouse is in the house. Let's see. Shut that. Yeah, Striker, we know. I'm waiting to see that 19 out here. Dan Law, man, appreciate you as well. Thanks, yeah, man. Striker saying 129 and 11. I couldn't agree with you more. J-Pa, I hope that I do get to talk to you on Thursday night as well. It'll be good, really would. But let's close down that info there. Open up the booth, and I'll start with Parsville. That way, you get to talk to the one and only Bills legend. How's that sound, Stout?
Sounds like a winner.
All right, Pars, my mouse, you got me.
I got you.
Pars, I tell you what, I saw you top 5, top 10. Really didn't seem like you left that all that often, even through the couple of green flag pit stops that we had through the couple stages. Saw a little bit of action coming off pit road where the system really hadn't given you control of the car just yet, but overall a pretty clean race. These last 20 laps seem really, really hectic. Walk us through how you were able to get it and keep this P3 spot and help your points even more.
Yeah, it was an interesting race. Yeah, I did pretty well on both stages. Just kind of tried to hold my position. Unfortunately, you got to kind of hold the bottom. The outside doesn't do a whole lot here. People were trying to make runs, and it's just kind of hard. Everyone's trying to help their teammates, but just try to keep my track position. Didn't make any mistakes really on pit road, and everything just seemed to work out okay. I think I finished 6th and 3rd in the stages. I'll take the top 3 here at Daytona. It's always a kind of a crapshoot on whoever's going to win, but it was a interesting race for sure.
Yeah, Stout Whiskey called Daytona one of the equalizer tracks, very much so. But man, you don't need to just get on a Daytona or a Talladega in order to be fast. You've been fast, it seems like all season long, or since you joined up with NNR. Congrats on another top 3. Congrats on your stage wins. Looking forward to seeing how you land in points. If you're thinking about Darlington, you probably haven't run a whole lot of practice laps yet, but that's where we're heading next week. Are you going to be able to call your shot and say, "Yep, I'm going to finish. I'm knocking it out of the park next week at Darlington," or how do you think you're going to do there?
I typically run okay there. I've already put some practice laps in. I feel pretty good. Hopefully, I can have a solid top 5 car. That's definitely my goal.
Well, I'm sure we'll see that 11 up front and pretty often, man. Congratulations again. Any shout-outs?
Yeah, thanks, Pete. Just everyone here at NNR, all my teammates, Outbreak, and all the guys we had a bunch of guys that we worked with today. So all those guys, and just you guys over here at the broadcasting the races every week. Thank you.
Man, our pleasure.
Thank you,
Stout.
man.
Stout, you got Mr. Bills legend, old member of the J-Pa Army. Bills, you got us.
10-4.
There you go, Stout.
Bills, dude. First and foremost, man, congratulations. Coming home second, and the best part about you finishing second, too, was, I'm a Dolphins fan. You're not running those ugly Bills colors this week, man. Nah, dude, super, super proud of you, dude. Just talk to us a little bit about the race, man. Just the preparation and, how you found yourself here in the booth finishing second.
All right, so I put in over 200, maybe 300 laps of just practicing scenarios and everything with my teammates, Q-Dog and Master Killer, throughout this week. So I qualified towards the back. Second lap of the race, I got behind Smitty, and his car did a lag spike or whatever. Sent me flying into the pits, literally flying backwards. So I got a pit road penalty and everything like that. Went 2 laps down, was able to stay on the lead lap with Outbreak right before the stage 1 ended. And I managed to pass all the lap down cars right after stage 1. And another caution came out, so I got back on the lead lap. And I tried to work with anybody that could, get me towards the front. I talked to Banner earlier in the week about my team and his team working together, and we sort of kind of did that when we could.
Bills, if you can
He's
hear,
cutting out on me.
yeah, Bills, if you can hear us,
there, taking
there you
no
go. Now we got
tires,
you.
getting me to the first position before that second stage ended. So I finished like second or third by the time that ended, and then that third stage was definitely. You still got me?
Yeah, I got you now.
Okay. What was the last thing you guys heard?
Optimus Prime.
No, I just heard you talking about your practice and how y'all went through stuff and your finishes and your stages.
Okay, yeah. So I tried working with Banner and them without going back between stage 2 and 3, but it kind of threw me off a bit because we did a where you couldn't change lanes until the backstretch, and I was trying to get Banner to come with me a few times, but we couldn't do that because he got shuffled to the back, or if I did. But the last 5 laps, I was trying to get runs on Asbel there, but just no one in the back was willing to really move. No one really had any momentum, and then I went to go make my move in turn 3, and caution came out. So I'll take second, but it was definitely hard earned. It was definitely adversity that was earned in this one, I guess.
Yeah, man, we're super proud of you. Yeah, I was actually hoping. The thing with presets is it's a numbers game. If it's the high line and low line, and we thought there when Asbel moved up to try to help his teammates, that if the numbers could have got to the bottom, it might have propelled you into the lead there. But instead, just had more cars on the outside, man. But heck of a run. Super proud of you, dude. I love you to death. I love watching your race. And you want to give anybody a shout out?
Hell yeah, I'm going to give out my teammates Master Killer and Q-Dog for working with me throughout the week and doing well for the most part in this race. And then I want to shout out Banner and his crew for working with us and being good teammates and good sports, and having everybody have a good race overall. And then I want to give out shout out to you guys because you guys do a good job in the booth, every week, So there you go.
Thank you.
Appreciate that, man. And then, of course, we come to the man of, well, seems like every hour, every week. I don't know, man. Asbel, you got me.
I got you, Pete.
I'm not even going to cut. Any shout-outs for you this week, sir? No, I'm just kidding. I tell you, Asbel, whether it's a short track, road course, intermediate track, speedway, super speedway, it seems like you've always got something after putting in the time and the effort, working with your teammates, bouncing ideas off each other. You were up front right along with the 98 and the 28 and the 11 and so many others all race long. Walk us through how you were able to keep that track position and roll to those final checkers for like your fourth win of the season.
Xfinity? I think that's my only second one, Xfinity.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't have all the points up. I'm off the cuff here. I'm just, kind of winging it. Come on. Tell us about it.
It was a good race. I mean, a little bickering in between people, but it was a good race. I had got to thank my team, Boehner and all them. And then I had to thank also Bills and Parswell. I seen like the start, a lot of them were just riding around. I wasn't sure what was going on. I didn't know if they were going to try to pass or not. I mean, I hated to do that on Bills in the final restart. Oh, not the final restart. Start of stage 3. That shifter just gives you too much of a good of a restart, and all the people in the high lane had a shifter at the start on the third stage, and that just kind of what got us all in front of them. But I mean, just not making any mistakes, not speeding, and just keeping it up front.
Well, man, you did a hell of a job. Yeah, it's kind of odd, in the trucks you've been the man. And I tell you, Watt Racing, he retweeted and tweeted back out saying, hey, he ain't gonna lay over for you when it comes time for the truck championship. So I'm sure you're gonna have a hell of a challenge, and you're gonna give a hell of a challenge back. But tonight it's about the Xfinity Series. Yep, I see you got just the one win on the season so far. This is going to put that second one under your belt.
Congratulations again, Asbel. I think I just need to put a banner going across this screen. Congrats, Asbel, and just have that play. And just yeah, be done. But no, man. Stout, you have anything for our winner?
Hey, good stuff, Aswell. It was cool to see you move up there and pull your teammates by and run that risk of that not being screwed and keeping you for being here and talking to us. Took some balls, man. It's awesome to see.
Thank you. It's all about teamwork.
Stout, he mentioned something about shifters. There's a lot of money spent by a lot of guys here in NNR and virtually, I mean, all around Heat 4 and other games. But more so recently, I'm starting to feel that people that are realizing that if they put forth the money for those shifters and the nice wheels, they get that competitive edge. And if as was talking about that whole outside line being made up of, or most of the people on the outside line being made up of people with shifters, people are really getting behind all this racing and doing the best they can. They want the best finish, so they're going to shell out that little bit extra cash. I know you got a pretty decent wheel and a shifter there as well.
Absolutely. I mean, it makes a huge difference, man. Just I do it more for the real life stuff. I mean, I drive a manual in real life, and this is the closest we'll ever get to racing, at least for me. So I think just the feel of it, and it's just a lot smoother. I mean, controller, man, it's so, especially super speedways, man, it's like you're clicking and you can see your car twitching, and you just carry so much more speed on a wheel on the super speedway.
Well, man, I definitely want to thank you for coming along for the ride here at Daytona yet again this week. And Stout, we're going to be back next week at Darlington.
Absolutely, man. I'm looking forward to it. I actually will not be with you the next several weeks, Pete. I'm going to have to get some guys from Cup to be with you. I'll be racing in that Shake and Bake Invitation with I think it's like 25 other people.
Well,
so it's going to be interesting.
Then I definitely wish you luck, and I'm sure everybody else wishes you a lot of luck as well. You did really, really well in that Richmond E Invitational or whatever it was called. So while I'll miss you here, man, I'll definitely be thinking about you.
Thank you, boss.
Yep. And as for me, guys, that is going to be it for the Xfinity series from Daytona tonight. But again, we will be back on Thursday night. I'll be with the one and only HD Motorsports, as we call these Cup guys, around this 2.5 mile super speedway. And man, if you like what you saw in the trucks and tonight, they definitely weren't afraid to dice it up. Stout called it earlier. He and Dan and a few others, they're going to be trying to get it going on the high side. Hopefully not a whole lot of riding on the bottom and single file until it's or at least when it's really time to go. But I will see you on Thursday night right around 9:00 p.m. Eastern. Be there or be square. Good luck and stay healthy, please, by all means. Later, everybody.